Hello, welcome everyone. It is me, Chris, the New Jersey Picker. Yes, it is me in front of the camera, not behind the camera. And I wanted to film this video because it has been a while since you have seen me put new content out on the YouTube channel, and you have not heard from me in quite a while as well. That was a little bit by design and a little bit because of getting complacent with some things as well, but I think what we need to do is go back and explain why this happened. Why did we stop putting content out? Because it was pretty sudden. It was pretty jarring. I put a little post out, but probably not a lot of people saw it because unless you're one of my followers, you're not going to actually see that. And even still, like, those posts don't get a lot of traction. Like maybe 20 or 30 of you saw it and knew what was going on. But I want to explain everything and I tell you, hey, you're going to see me look into the side because I made some notes here. I want to make sure that I'm getting all my thoughts out correctly and go in a succinct order for you. But we're going to talk about, hey, where have I been? What have I been doing? And then what's in store for 2025. So where have I been, right? So what happened? So we were putting videos out in the beginning of 2024 and we were going strong up until around, I would say, March-ish, right? Like March, something happened. We had a close family member who got super sick, and it was a long period of an illness that ultimately they succumbed to, and it was a very trying time for our family. It wasn't wholly unexpected, but it was. And you never can prepare, right? No matter how prepared you are, you're just not prepared for something like that to happen. And I needed to take a step back and look at it and say, hey, what do I need to do as a parent, as a husband, to support my family through this trying time? And the answer, as most everyone probably knows, is you have to be with them, right? You have to be available for them. And I wanted to make sure that I was. So to do that, I had to find time to be with them. And by finding time to spend with them on the weekends and then during weeknights and all of that kind of great stuff, something had to give, right? And when you're looking at, your life as a whole and what's important, and you're looking at, what you want to do and where you want to go, you have to prioritize things, right? So I have a full-time job. I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 Eastern, not 9 to 5 right now, most of the time. And we have the eBay business, and I say eBay business, but that also incorporates Mercari and Poshmark as well, and then some other avenues of revenue that we bring in. And then the YouTube channel, right? And when you looked at the priorities as a whole, when I took a step back and looked at everything, I realized that I was putting a lot of time into the YouTube channel, and the ROI on it wasn't great. Everyone who knows ROI, return on investment, just not superb on the YouTube channel. And again, it was a labor of love that I did. But when something catastrophic happens to your family, something has to give, and that was the thing that did give, right? So that's what happened, But what happened during the interim, right? So we stopped doing the YouTube channel, but that didn't mean we stopped doing what we do, right? We didn't stop going to yard sales. We didn't stop, going to thrift stores. We didn't stop the business. We just stopped filming it. Because filming it, for those that do it, it is, I don't want to say the word is daunting, but there's a lot of pressure on you when you're wearing the camera and you're filming, right? Because you want to be able to provide good content to your audience, but at the same time, you also put that pressure on yourself to try to find good items to sell because, some people don't like watching when people just go to yard sales and don't buy great things to flip, right? We're going to talk more about that as this video goes on. So hopefully you're still with me and you're still watching this, but we're going to talk more about that, right? But we decided we were going to keep doing the business because the eBay business is a big part of our lives, right? It has been. We identified it as a great second source of income. It's something that I love and I believe passionately in. I love the adventure. I love doing the yard sales, the thrift stores, estate sales, church sales, all that kind of great stuff. I like buying items, and I like reselling them and giving them to new homes. I enjoy the entire process. So even though we took a step back from the YouTube channel, we did not take a step back from eBay. So also, I am still active in the community. You all may not know, because again, the community is big, the reselling community is big, the YouTube market's even bigger, but there is a tight-knit group of YouTube resellers out there, and I am part of that community and have been an active part of that community throughout everything that happened in 2024 and now into 2025. That is with the Trash to Cash podcast reselling group Facebook page. I am their admin there, so if you have joined the page and may have gotten a post declined or something, or a comment deleted, it was most likely me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I run that group pretty much. Kevin, Dave, and Carrie come in every so often to do some things, but I mean, it's pretty much what I do. 95% of the activity from an admin side is done by me, and I also put all the monthly posts out for that as well, for engagement in terms of promoting your store and promoting your channel. So I'm still active in the reselling community. I just haven't been active on the YouTube channel. So again, like I'm looking right now, still went to yard sales, went to a lot more thrift stores than ever before. We really did a lot more thrifting than we had previously. Thrift stores became a very big part of what we did to bring revenue in. We also did a lot more retail arbitrage than ever before. Arbitrage? Yeah, there's an extra R in there. Anyway, we did a lot more of that than ever before. And we did a lot more of that over Christmas and after Christmas. Just the past 3 weeks, we did a lot of retail arbitrage at specifically Walmart. I did really, really good at Walmart, hitting some really great scores on their clearance stuff. And I did really good. Little hint out there, a little bolo for everybody, something to put on your calendars for next Christmas. Starbucks marks down their tumblers a little bit before Christmas, but then drastically, most of the stores the day after Christmas. I got a lot of tumblers between 60 to 70% off. And if anyone knows anything about Starbucks tumblers, they are always popular and they always sell. And it is a long tail thing. Obviously, you're not going to sell them all right away, but having that inventory at a cheaper price, definitely something that we want to do. We're going to continue doing. Also, a good tip for everybody too with Starbucks: know when something big's coming out. We missed the Wicked train. Apparently, the Wicked tumblers, when that first hit, were huge. People were buying them for $30 a piece and flipping them for $70 and $80 a piece. So you got to sort of stay abreast of what's hot in that kind of market. And then what we also did in 2024 is I also pivoted the business a bit. So we don't just have revenue coming in from eBay, Mercari, and Poshmark, from yard sales and thrift stores and estate sales and retail arbitrage. We also have a big portion of our revenue coming in through autographs. I am heavily involved in the autograph market now, specifically like wrestling autographs. We do a lot of wrestlers, and I have been able to network and hook up with a lot of actual dealers who deal exclusively with the talent, so I get the autographs at a discounted rate, which is awesome for me, because when you're in the reselling business, you obviously want to buy something low and sell it higher to make a profit, right? That's the whole idea. But yeah, we have pivoted heavily into autographs, and we are going to segue into that when we start talking about what's in store for 2025, because it's already happened in 2024. So going into that, hope everyone's still with me. I appreciate you watching this, really from the bottom of my heart, I really do, because we do have plans for 2025. This YouTube channel is not going away, okay? But first, let's talk about what is in store for 2025, right? So again, more of what we've been doing already. Just today, I was at a Goodwill. I didn't film it, but I was at a Goodwill buying stuff, so I bought stuff to resell. I found a whole bunch of great shirts and button downs and sweatshirts to resell. We do a lot of clothing now, another one of our pivots from 2023 to 2024. I have also started up Whatnot again. I was a Whatnot seller in 2022 to 2023, I think, and then I stopped. I didn't get a lot of traction with it because I didn't find a good niche that I wanted to get into, and I finally have. I have run so far 4 Whatnot autograph wrestling mystery games, and they have been successful, which is great, and I've already started growing an audience, and I'm sure it's going to grow even larger. and I have another one planned to come out probably the day that this video drops, so Sunday. We're going to have a Whatnot show. I'll probably drop this video before the Whatnot show, so this video will come out. Hopefully you've watched it, and if you want to join me at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, I will be on Whatnot Live doing a wrestling autograph mystery show, and we're going to do more of those. My plan is to do at least 2 a week, and I'd like to do maybe 3, maybe even 4 a week, depending on how popular they are. Mystery game sales are huge right now in any of the live selling business, and I thoroughly enjoy doing it. And like I said, we're heavy into autographs. It's a lot of fun. And if you're a wrestling fan, we talk wrestling the whole time. Y'all know I like to talk. I talk wrestling for an hour and a half straight when we're doing that show. So that's right. So Whatnot. And then this channel, right? The big question, like what happens to the YouTube channel? So yeah, we are going to do the YouTube channel again. We are going to be putting out more yard sale content. Specifically, I'd like to focus on yard sale content. That's the kind of stuff I like to watch, so I want you guys to watch it. I don't like watching people go to thrift stores. It's just not something I like to do. I like to be more free when I'm in a thrift store, take my time to look, and you don't want to see me looking through, racks of clothes for 2 hours, right? That's boring. So yard sales. So once yard sales start up again, I will start filming again, and we will put that content out for you. I'm going to skip a little bit here. But one of the things, though, is I don't want the channel to turn into a clickbait channel. It's easy when you're in this to make everything seem bigger and more larger than life than it really is, right? I'm sure everyone's seen it, like, oh my God, the biggest score of all time. I had the hugest hit ever. I was guilty of putting some of those out there where they were big hits, but they weren't the hugest hit of all time. I had a couple that were, but not all of them. And not everyone is, right? There will be times when you go to yard sales where you don't get a lot of great things. But you know what? You still go to yard sales and you still have fun doing it. It's the experience of watching it. And then as a viewer, I always like to see, hey, did the person who's at the yard sale miss something? What I learned from that, I learned from you guys from that, a lot of things that I never would have picked up when I first started. I started picking up because you all mentioned, hey, you missed this, hey, you missed that, hey, you missed that. It keeps it in my head and keeps me fresh, and I want to keep putting that kind of content out there. So will there be big score videos? Sure, I'm sure I'll hit some big scores. Everyone does. It's bound to happen. You find something that someone's selling for $1 and you can resell it for, $50 or $100 or $200 or $1,000, right? Those things happen. But will there be more middle of the road videos where I buy stuff for like $5 or $6 and I resell it for $20? Sure, that'll happen. And will there be videos probably that where I go and I don't really buy anything, or I buy something, for $20 and it turns out it only sells for 10? Sure. I want to show that as well, because that's the realistic side of this business as well. Every single YouTube reseller out there has bad days. They have bad buys. And I think it's important to show that to you as well. So we're going to bring that to you as well. We're going to bring that kind of content to you. Will we see more of this content? I don't know. This is going to be up to you. Do you like this? Do you not? I can listen to myself talk for hours on end, right? I can. I can talk for hours on end, as I'm doing right now. This is all one take. We're not pausing. We're not. This is one take, and we're putting it out there, right? I can talk. I love talking. It's what I do when I'm at work. Part of my job is to talk to people on a daily basis, and I'm good at it. So I like talking, but it really depends if you like it. We can do more of these if you do, but if you watch this and you say, hey, Chris, I just want to see you go into yard sales, I don't care about what you're saying, let me know that as well. That's perfectly fine, because I want to bring you the content that you want to see and the content I want to see. I do watch a lot of YouTube resellers who talk about their sales and stuff, and that's great, and I enjoy it, but not everyone does. So if you don't want to see me, just let me know and I'll get off camera and we'll just go back to the yard sale stuff. So yeah, once yard sale season starts up again, I will film again and bring those adventures to you. I do also have unreleased footage from 2023 to 2024 that I can show you. And I think I'd like to do that. So until yard sale season starts up again, maybe we will drop a video every 2 to 3 weeks of just a yard sale that I went to, and we're going to throw it out there and we'll show it to you, right? Just so that way there's something coming out before we actually get into the full swing of yard sale season again. And then lastly, the big thing that's going to be a big difference for the channel, and some of you really, really like it, and I know that, and I really like it as well. I like being fully transparent and showing you what I bought and what it sold for and what we still have available to sell. The realistic aspect of that is that was what was taking me the longest with putting these YouTube videos out. that part of it is a very manual undertaking that takes a long time, especially with the more I buy at a sale, getting those pictures and those comps and putting that all together and then having transitions between. If you've never edited a video, it is the longest part of putting, like I can have a 20-minute video, that part's 1 minute, I can do the 19 minutes of editing before that in half the time it takes me to put that last part together. So for me, I'm going to most likely cut that part out going forward, but if we do get some of those big hits, I will just highlight that right away as we're there, and then maybe show you at the end like, hey, we spent $30 and we have a potential resell of like $300 here. Because that's sort of more in line with what other YouTube resellers do. And I know that some of you may be disappointed in hearing that, but you know, I need to make sure I do still have that free time with the family. And again, I'm adding Whatnot into here as well because I want to expand the business, but I also want to bring you guys the content that, you know, we grew together. And I want to make sure I can bring it back to you in a manageable way so it doesn't consume too much of my time that I'm taking it away from my family still. So thank you again. I appreciate you sticking with me. I know this is a long video, 16 minutes of me talking so far. We're going to go another minute before I wrap up, but happy 2025. I hope everyone had a safe, fantastically fun, warm holiday season with your family, had a great New Year's, and are hitting the new year running like I'm trying to. We all have goals for 2025, and I hope every one of you out there meets it. You're going to see more of me again, like I said, in the spring. We'll start getting more, you know, what's the right word I'm looking for? More timely content, I guess. I don't know, like scheduled content, I guess, on a certain schedule, right? So it comes out every week, every two videos a week, whatever it is. But until then, like I said, we'll do some sporadic drops here and there with some of the unused footage that I have. And then if you want to see me live and you like hearing me talk and you want to talk to me more, drop in my Whatnots. I'll put the link in the video too. If you've never signed up for Whatnot, I have a link where you can actually literally sign up and get $15 off your first purchase. Doesn't have to be for my Whatnot. I don't care, right? You can spend it in my store. You can spend it in someone else's store. Someone else is selling something, you see it. Literally, for signing up, if you haven't already, you'll get $15 off, which is just pretty awesome. It's free $15 to go and use. So yeah, you can visit me over at Whatnot. So again, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being with me through this journey, for getting me to where I am, and I hope to see you all again as we grow more in 2025 and we bring out more content to you. And as always, stay safe out there. Bye.